for this podcast today, man, because there's a lot that we got to jump into. And I hope you guys enjoyed the last episode that I actually created. But in this episode, man, I have some things that I'm circulating in my brain. I just want to, put it out for you guys because that's what we do on this podcast, man. In this episode, the hidden race behind Earth, man, listen, they done already put four extraterrestrial beings that they know of, and I know they know of so much more. This is a huge galaxy, and it's about time for us to understand that we're not the only biological humanoid beings, because that's true. There's all these galaxies in this world. You talk about there's only black and there's only white and there's only humans. No, sir. Now Men in Black isn't that far-fetched anymore. And in this episode, we step into the hidden world of extraterrestrial intelligence. Stories that come from the whistleblowers. I mean, have the whistleblowers been blowing a whistle? Ancient texts and modern day experience who claim we've been visited for a very long time. From Gray said to the operates in genetics and hybrid programs. There's a lot of gray hybrids, even in the NFL. I mean, I believe if you guys watch Resident Alien, you guys will know what the gray hybrids look like. I mean, it's, if you read Blankenship, those is what they look like, man. Let's see where we left off at. So numerous Nordic guiding spiritual awakening and feared reptilians tied to power structure. If you guys ever watched the TV show The Orville, there's a group called the Krill, and they're white, but they're the reptilians. But they're the reptilians in white skin. I'll show you. And the ancient Anunnakis linked to early civilizations, myth, and mysterious insectoid mantids described as overseers of consciousness. We break down what each group is said to be, where they come from, and why these stories keep showing up across different cultures and time periods. Whether you see this as a spiritual truth, symbolic mythology, or just fascinating lore, the question remains the same. Are we going to be visited, or are we remembering something deeper about ourselves? Welcome to the GLDN ANKH Podcast, and let's jump into it. All right, let me share my screen here. And my screen is simply going to just show you these extraterrestrial beings based off of just the ChatGPT. We live in the age of the ChatGPT. All I put in here is give me the four type of ETs. They confirmed what star systems they came from, what they help with on Earth, and how tall, and everything like that. All right, so let me share my screen, and let's jump into it, y'all, together. All right, so everyone's doing these videos. There's nothing I'm doing different right now, but you get it from Jordan Harad. Okay, my body is Jordan Harad, but I promise you, there's a lot of beings that literally channel through me. So with that being said, Galactic Federation, these guys let me know they were going to put this out 3 months ago. If you guys go check my reaction channel, they let me know to put this out 3 months, at least for the people that I know. But let's jump into the grays. I mean, we got Space God out here. Let's go to Google before we jump into this. This is about to be a fun episode. We got Space God, right? So they do these little drips for you to get comfortable, okay? You see, Space God been out here running around for about a year now, and some people just think it's a makeup in the costume. Could it? I don't know. It may be. I can't confirm unless I'm actually close to him. But a lot of individuals done podcasted him, and a lot of them seem like, right here he's standing here like what's his name? Charleston White. He's standing there like Charleston White. But it's crazy, man. They show us these grays. They show us, right? Look at this. But then the only one thing about this one here is that I seen different, that one looks different. Like he had different looking costumes on or whatever. You see? This one looked different too. You see? That was before he got his final look. I don't know, man. There's a lot going on, but I just wanted to show you guys that they like to drip feed. They like to give us anything, little stuff, right? All right, so typical appearance of a gray skin, large black almond-shaped eyes, small mouth, nose, thin bodies, usually described as 3 to 5 feet tall, as Space God looks exactly how they describe in that, John. Exactly. Oh, excuse me. All right, so we're not going to get in that yet, but what believers say they help with: genetic research, human evolution and experiments, technology transfers, consciousness studies. I truly believe that too, because when we look at our phones, we didn't have our phones. We didn't have these phones before. This phone is literally alien technology in the sense of we got it from them. There was a peace treaty before, and I believe the Greys are the ones that made it. Not a peace treaty, but in the sense of, hey, if you let us experiment on humans, meaning let us, because they said the Greys are like us in the future, so I guess they're dying off and they're coming, the leftovers are coming forward here and then starting to genetically hybrid breed with the white people around here, even black people, right? So that's why you see some white people, you know, you want to talk about, look, these is what they look like. That's even a reptilian or a gray hybrid. You can't tell me that there's a white person on this planet actually named Reed and his last name is Blankenship. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on, let's use some common sense a little bit. It's deeper than what y'all think it is. Y'all think this is just football. Y'all just think of what it is. But these are what the gray hybrids look like. And, you know, you can even... let me see, in number 33. There you go. You see how they look the same? They look like they come from a lab. And they have these labs. I'm telling you, here's a good picture. They got these labs where they can just get genetics, put them in the body, and just tag them with a AI automated name, bro. Come on, Reed Blankenship and Cooper DeJean. DeJean is a Haitian last name. Does he look Haitian to you? And when you want to talk about resident alien, the gray hybrids. You know, in this show, these is what the gray hybrids look like in the show. He was a gray hybrid. Look, they even had the mantis in Resident Alien. Watch Resident Alien, and I tell you, and also they had the avian birds in Resident Alien. Watch this show. They had the grays in there too as well. Watch Resident Alien, and I promise you, you will be like, holy crap, that's crazy. Jordan's not playing around. Yeah, he even dated one of the avian birds in here, but she had a humanoid form in there too. All these extraterrestrial beings that come and visit Earth, they have a cloaking device that allows them to manipulate their environment through vibrational frequency changes. You know, if you guys want to, you know, see that tool and that idea, go watch the Orville, episode 13, I believe, where they had to go rescue. They had to go rescue one of the people on. You know, they had to go rescue him, and they had to use the cloaking device to be able to look like one of the aliens, the Krill. This is the Krill. But we're going to get back to this. I just wanted to put my 2 cents in there about this. But, okay, common reputation, usually portrayed as emotionless and hyper-intelligent, associated with abduction stories. Hey, man, that is what it is. I mean, it's documented already. So when you look at these things, this is what they do. Now, are they individuals like us? Absolutely. Are there negative ones? Are there positive ones? Absolutely, just like us. There's negative humans and there's positive humans. But nevertheless, the black folk, us, we're going to start learning that we're not just a human. I think, all right, that's for a different podcast. Let's jump on to the next one, all right? So the Nordics and the Pleiadians. All right, typically appearance, tall and human looking, blonde or light hair, blue/light eyes, glowing or radiant appearance, right? Around 6 to 8 feet tall. What believers say they help with: spiritual awakening, healing and love consciousness, raising Earth's vibration, guidance during planetary changes. So the Pleiadians are literally helping us right now as we speak. They're helping with this guidance and this planetary change, man, that's on this planet right now. Because one, they look just like us. How many of you have seen Nordic blondes walking around here, and you just walk past them and you think it's not an extraterrestrial being? Well, yes, it is. I mean, are all of them 6 to 8 feet tall? Maybe, right? You know, maybe a female of their race is 6 foot, and maybe the male is 8 foot. But last time I haven't seen any 8 foot tall people. You know, there's no 8 foot tall humans that I see around. So maybe there's a lot of the women that are walking around that are 6 foot. You know, maybe the male are 6 foot too. So the 6 foot is passable. You know, for us not to, for us to brush it under the rug. But all these beings are real. If you want to type in Nordic blondes, and now this is probably very highly searched on the internet. Now, if you want to type in blonde and blue eye celebrities, 6 foot tall. And this is how you act. This is how you really start asking questions and shit. All right. So now, they said they 6 foot tall, right? And they got blonde hair and blue eyes. Let's look into some celebrities that are blonde hair and blue eyes that are tall, that are 6 feet tall. Alexandra Scardet. I don't even know who the hell these people are, but let's look this person up. Let's see what they look like. All right, he's not blonde hair and blue eyes, or he don't even have blue eyes. What's going on here? What's going on here? That's not the one we want to look up. But all right, you guys get what I'm saying. Look on your own time, and you'll be very surprised of what you find, right? You got to ask questions now. You got to ask questions. Anytime you see a blonde hair, blue eye, tall girl, Pleiadian descendant, okay? And then the crazy part about it is there's some, they don't even know they're Pleiadian. There's some Pleiadian starseeds here. They don't even know they Pleiadian starseed. They have to wake up to understanding who they are. All right, so what believers say they help with? Spiritual awakening, I guess we already read that. But the common reputation, sorry if I can't speak on here, y'all. I did go to speech when I was Chungbo, but, it's about the message that really counts. Common reputation, seen as peaceful and highly involved, popular in New Age teachings, okay? So now let's move on to the Reptilians. The Reptilians, these guys are annoying. These guys are brutal. These guys literally are the same jokers on the Orville. Literally on the Orville, they do the same exact thing that these guys do. Look, the typical appearance, reptile-like skin, slick eyes, muscular bodies, sharp facial features, often described 6 foot to 12 feet tall. These guys are huge. They got exoskeleton. These guys are the only guys that we literally might have to. We got to have our powers activate for these ones, because that's why they able to do what they doing. They're very aggressive, and they're hard to kill, and they can blend their skin. They can literally be like Mystique in X-Men. Just literally, you know how what is it called? Those chameleons transform their skin colors based off of the environment around them. This is what they can do. They can do these things. And I don't know if you guys remember Men in Black, that opening scene. I think it was Men in Black 2, when that little ship came, and that was that little reptile, little looking snake thing that came off, and it grew, and then it just literally just went in the magazine and turned into that girl from the magazine. So they show you these things in these movies all the time. I'm probably going to do some movie reviews and like watching a clip from a movie with you guys soon, but there's a whole list of things. But okay, what believers say they do: control systems and power structures, influence politics and fear-based systems. Some stories say certain factions are hostile while others are neutral. You see, they're independent. They're the individuals just like us. They have their own thoughts and patterns. Some can be really evil, some could be real good. As it says right here, hostile and others are neutral. Okay, but these guys right here ain't playing. These guys ain't playing. The control system and power structure. Hello. What are we living in right now? All control structured from them. influence politics, and fear-based systems. If these guys weren't able to change their skin and literally cloak themselves as a human, then they wouldn't be doing this at all. Because 9 times out of 10, sometimes the extraterrestrials that are helping us don't know the difference either. And with that being said, it's hard. How you going to try to clean something up and you can't even find the enemy? That's the problem here. So there's got to be something where, you know, these cloaking devices can be interrupted. I mean, I guess it's ran by the 5G towers and the internet. Who knows? But it's like, there's got to be a way to where we can just see them. They're living under us, literally. In major cities like New York and Philadelphia, there's a whole base under us as I'm speaking. And they get all this energy from us, from the stadiums, from the football games. They run all that. They run the music industry. They run the entertainment industry. They run the school districts. Everything and anything you think about, the reptilian, draconian motherfuckers are doing it, okay? And reptilian is different from draconian. The reptilians are more like snake-like. They're smaller. And then the draconians, they're the bigger ones. They're about, you know, that's why it says 6 to 12 feet. The reptilians are about, you know, 6 feet tall, under, just like us. They got the same heights as regular humans. But the draconian reptilians got dragon DNA, and these jokers is huge. They're the ones with the wings. There's so many different types of reptilian species. Just like there's mad different types of reptiles that we see. There's alligators, there's lizards, there's snakes. There's those different. There's all different types of them. Don't get it messed up. There's not just one looking that look like it. Okay, so common reputation. One of the most controversial UFO theories, popularized heavily in conspiracy culture. Now, we know there ain't none of this a conspiracy theory anymore. Y'all might as well just throw that out the door. We're conspiracy realists because we tell y'all, and it happens, and there's now whistleblowers telling you what they see. The air traffic control people, they literally monitor pilots all day. You telling me they not going to see anything abnormal? Come on now. Now they all coming out and telling us. Okay, so they didn't tell us about the Anunnaki. I don't want to jump in this one here because the Anunnaki, I guess they all had different types of looks. But I want to go next to the insectoids, right? Because that's the ones they told us, right? So you guys could pause it and look at it if you want. But the insectoids, okay, different UFO traditions connect them to the Orion region or distant deep space civilizations beyond known star systems. There's no specific confirmation of this. It comes from the experience stories in the esoteric lore. Okay, so these guys are someone that we can't even... Now, you look at the praying mantis. I don't even know how to spell it. I don't know how to spell it. I'm probably so off. Yeah. Praying mantis. Look at them. Don't that look just like the insectoids? Remember, we couldn't kill them before. And it's actual a crime if you decide to kill them. What's that reasoning? These could be little drones that they put out on the ground to be able to, have eyes out here. So they don't got to be out here in their humanoid form, but they fly around and stuff just like this. Let me see. Let me type in praying mantis law. You see, there's a law. If you are asking about the law in the bug, praying mantis bothers restaurants. Okay, so the urban legend, there is a common urban myth that praying mantis are federally or state protected and that you can face fines or jail time for killing one. I wonder why that is. This is entirely an old wise tale. There has never been any state, local, or federal law protecting praying mantis in Pennsylvania or anywhere else in the U.S. So this is what I'm talking about. You see, these beings are so advanced that they probably could have just put that out there consciously. It just said it was never really anything written and never really anything recorded where someone actually who had jail time or got in trouble for killing a praying mantis. Because honestly, how would anyone even know? But that they could have put that out there subconsciously to everybody to protect those little ones that they've created. But that's just what I think. Every extraterrestrial being has a smaller version. The Lyrans are the cat species. There's cats. The dog species, you know, they look like, you know, maybe a Anubis. You know, then there's dog genetic DNAs from that. You know, the elephantnoids, there's elephants. There's birds, the avian birds, snakes, the reptilians, the alligators, the iguanas, the draconians are the iguanas, and all that. All these little, we call them pets. They're not pets. They're aliens. They're not pets. They're aliens, dog. And this whole time they've been telling us that they're just pets. Nah. I think not. Okay, so usually the insectoids are about 7 to 12 feet tall. People in UFO spiritual communities often describe mantis as advanced conscious teachers, overseers, or spiritual evolutions, master of telepathy and multidimensional awareness, connected to healing and energetic work, sometimes involved in soul or reincarnation teachings. These beings are very mystical. They're very mystical. You guys definitely seen them in your dreams. If you know, a lot of things we see in our dreams in the dreaming world that we don't bring back here because it doesn't serve the purpose. The ego will get freaked out. But the other night I dreamt about seeing two moons in the sky, and the cloaking of the sky was clear to where you can see all the stars and everything. So, you know, just pay attention to your dreams, record them, because they're actually you experiencing it. But just when you come to this physical form, your memories can get swiped off, just like that thing in the Men in Black. Chink. Yeah, they do that every time you get back in your body. They're usually portrayed in two very different ways: highly wise and ancient, or cold and intimidating but intelligent. Many abduction stories describe mantis as leaders, supervising grays in the surgeries that I've heard. Some researchers think mantis experience may symbolize fear of the unknown, encounters with higher intelligence, archetypes and subconsciousness, spiritual transformation, imagery. A lot of modern mantis lore overlaps with meditations experience, astral projection stories, psychedelic experience, and new age spirituality. So this is very interesting stuff. I just wanted to be able to jump on this video and show you these things and do it together, right? Because as a collective consciousness, this is exactly what's going on. But nevertheless, I do want to share this one thing on this podcast before we actually end it. Now, the Greys, Pleiadians, Reptilians, the Anunnaki, the Mantis, there's so many more extraterrestrial beings. My theory is, because I'm in Philadelphia, okay, the World Cup is coming, right? The World Cup is coming. And there's going to be over 48 for this time in the history, FIFA World Cup will be hosted by 3 countries, the United States, Canada, and Mexico. 2026 tournament will also be the largest World Cup ever held, expanding from 32 to 48 national teams across 16 cities in North America. So with this FIFA World Cup coming to the United States, it is needed for disclosure, because how many people are going, just in Philadelphia alone, there's going to be over 500,000 plus people expected to be in this city. How do you not think that is a perfect stage for them to actually do disclosure day from the United States, Canada, and Mexico? There's going to be so many people watching this soccer game. I'm probably going to tap in, even though I don't even watch soccer. This is a lot of people coming to the city of Philadelphia. And July 4th is when I believe disclosure will happen. Why? Because it is now USA 250 years anniversary, right? And forgive me for my spelling. So July 4th is the anniversary of the United States actually becoming what it is today, right? Over the 1700s or whatever. Do the math for yourself. But I believe, and if you guys understand this coincidence in this lineup, I'm trying to say, everything that's happening right now, that is the perfect stage to do disclosure. I don't think there's going to be any other pocket for it. Everyone is watching, just like Kendra said, the revolution will be televised. Everybody is watching. This is going to be more views than the Super Bowl itself. There's going to be more views for the FIFA, for the World Cup ever. It literally just told us. It just told us 2026 will also be the largest World Cup ever held, expanding from 32 to 48 national teams across 16 cities in the North America, which is over here. So, nevertheless, I can't harp on that more enough. I think that's when they're going to do disclosure. How? They can maybe do it at halftime, right? Or, maybe they could do it at the last game, anywhere. This is so important. They can do disclosure easy at these stadiums. Look, and then Trump is touching it. It's all biblical, man. Everything is literally lining up. How? Okay, let me stop sharing my. Let me see. Stop. Okay, so how more can you guys not get it? So I hope you guys understand that Disclosure Day is coming. It's coming, and humanity needs it because there's nothing else left of this system that been controlling and manipulating thousands and millions and billions of souls when they come in here to this human experience. Who wants to continue to be robbed? Who wants to continue to be robbed? Who wants to watch from the fourth and fifth dimension and watch how humans come into the three-dimensional world? They got to go to the hospitals, hella shots, school indoctrination system. The economy is terrible. There's no free living. There's no spiritual development. All these things are circling. The food is poison. The water is poison. It's control and manipulation. No love. No connection. Like, hello? You're watching from the fourth to fifth dimension, and it's your turn to go to Earth? Like, come on, dude. Who the hell? I don't even want to spawn kids in here right now. I don't even want to have kids until it clears up a little bit. But I have to keep my bloodline going, and I would love that. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of GLDN ANKH Podcast. Forgive me if I'm slurring my speech or, like, I'm spelling shit wrong. I'm not perfect, but I'm getting the message across, and all that matters. Peace.